I feel like we just heard some sort of Shakespearean soliloquy over there, right there. But we are back on the couch. Thank you very much, Quicksand. And yes, we do have the winners of the event. It is the team representing TGG. And I mean, first of all, congratulations, you guys. You got your redemption from that week 1 loss. How does it feel to be standing, alone atop the champions of this whole event?
It feels good. After losing the first game, we were a bit bummed out, but we knew we could beat them. Just sort of took a step back and figured out what game plan to sort of undertake and do it on game day.
Excellent. I mean, you did come through on game day, although game 1, looked super solid. Then games 2 and 3, it got a little bit spicy right there. Lush was starting to perform, was finding gaps in your defense. Was that something you expected? Was Lush a player that was on your radar, or did it catch you guys off guard?
Oh, definitely, but I think we were just providing some false hope for the other team to make a decent comeback. And
with the parents here! Watching the interview!
No, I'm kidding. But no, they played extremely well, and we were worried during that series, so it was good.
So, something that I always find interesting is the inclusion of a sub and how it changes how a team looks and then forcing you guys to react. And we saw your opponents do that. Like, was that change of Invor coming in for Alexa something that, physically made you have to change your playstyle as well, or did you stick with your own game plan throughout?
I think, to be honest, we thought that the sub out would make them play a bit worse, so we started to I guess disrespect them a bit, but both of those players are still very capable and they still showed up really well.
All right, now I'm going to go a little bit into a couple individual questions, starting with you, TK. You're here, smallest member on the team, but the most competitive experience by a rather large margin. Do you sort of wind up now in a sort of a coaching role in this squad? Like, are you, helping provide instructions, and are you able to sort of garner that respect in the team?
Yeah, Nick and Mason here, they get a bit shaky, so I just try to keep them locked in and sort of just give them game tips as well and just stay calm because, yeah, it does get a bit shaky when we're on the stage.
Well, they were able to stay calm. Can someone pass the microphone to Mace, actually? Because I have a question for you. At the start, as you're putting it on... Oh, no, it's fine. They just rotate over. At the start, you did say, how sometimes when playing with a player like TK, he could get a little bit goal hungry, cut you off, and score those goals. And that happened a couple times in this series, might I add. Do you sometimes then have to calm down? It's like, look, we're a team, all right? I want to score some goals this time. Or was it still, just let him go?
Nah, well, if it goes in the back of the net, it's the same outcome at the end of the day. So I'm more than happy for him to go for it.
All right, fair. I mean, but it did happen. At least I noticed it right there. Were there a couple of those moments again in this series?
Yeah, definitely. We were all up, and then Tom's like, yeah, I've got it, and we're pulling out. So, yeah, it's just one of the things. You let him go, do whatever he's doing, because we don't know what it is half the time.
But at that same token, you did get a couple big goals in yourself that series, and it felt like more so than what we saw in the group stage, actually. It felt like you were able to perform today and get some points in, in a way that you would be happy with.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I got a couple good skimmers, which was set up by Tom too. So, he's still the man of the play. So, I just happened to bury it in the back of the net.
So then when I say that you deserve MVP, are you going to just veto that and say it goes right back over?
Oh, pretty much. He carried us the whole way, so I reckon it should go to Tom.
All right, fair enough. We'll give it back to Tom. And Quicksand was right. If you could pass it back to Nick as well. Just a couple questions down at the end for this one. You also, had more moments to shine in this game as well, but it felt like you were more in that sort of team player role in some key moments. Is that a role you're comfortable with, maybe more in the third man, or is it just
yeah, definitely a support role, especially with TK on the team. I'd rather him just have the ball.
Okay, so look, we all know TK was the main character of this team. I get it. Yeah. I'm trying to help you guys out, but no, I can't. CJ's right. TK, star of every team that they're. Is this what you do with the lurkers as well? By the way, is that outcome? Walcott and Lurky, you guys are not going to have to play around me because I did that with these ones, or?
I mean, Walcott did kind of teach me how to take that. Step up role, but yeah, definitely. That's how I like to play.
Now, is Walcott in trouble of losing his spot perhaps to one of these two, or is Lurky in trouble of losing their spot? Are we going to be moving this into that RLCS level?
Nick and Mace definitely have potential to steal a spot on the lurkers.
Nah, Faith doesn't think I have potential though, so shout out to Faith. It's kind of dog, but yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Last question, though, about your opponents. Team Bliss, obviously, they did take a couple games off you. I think, shocked you in particular. Lush, I thought, was playing incredibly well. You said you've known him before. Do you see any players on that team, I think, with RLCS aspirations that think they could possibly start to compete, at the very least at the bubble scene, and then start to push up from there?
I think Lush especially, he takes people by surprise a lot. I don't know, I did not expect him to do some of the things he did today, but it really took me by surprise, and I think he could do really well in the bubble scene.
Excellent. And last question before I send it off. Similar question as before. Anyone you guys want to thank to help you for this victory, be it other teammates or people watching along? Any?
Yeah, thanks, TK.
I mean, the man's right there, Slendy, the hype man.
Yeah, Slendy. Yeah.
And there's also another one, Coach Katut and Rajesha there. And I'd like to shout out my girl Karma. She's my number one inspiration to this.
I can't.
I'm hoping that got picked up on the microphone. Right there.
I'm not re-saying it, man. Come on, give me a break.
Shout out to the special someone outside. Look, and I actually, real quick as well, if we're going to do shout outs, I'm going to take one on my own. Shout out to CJ. You might be going to the major, but I got to hang out with TK, so I know you're jealous in that. We're going to be throwing it back right now over to Quicksand, and when we come back, we'll have a word with the owners of these clubs. And one last time, congratulations. Quicksand, take us away.